What's up, everybody? I got a diesel air heater. I've been seeing a lot of these, some videos. I've been wanting one for a few years now. I just didn't get one because I had the torpedo heater and it ran on 110. Well, not having power out here other than my solar, I didn't want something that was going to use a bunch of energy, and I didn't want something that I had to use a generator for. So the one I bought was supposed to be a 12 volt DC or 24 volt DC power, and I wanted that because I run 24 volt DC off my solar and wind turbine, but I also want to be able to hook this up in the house if I needed to off a car battery, or if I needed it in a vehicle for some time, I could run it off that. So we're gonna get unboxed and put this thing together. All right, I wanted a red one, but I didn't have any red ones. You get an exhaust pipe, you get a little air inlet pipe, and you get your vent out pipe that's already bent. You get a muffler for noise reduction. Won't need that here. And then it looks like a couple plastic snap-in feet for mounting. There's a couple holes in it. All our hardware. So, all right. So this being, cheap and stuff, this is the heater it's showing, and this is the one I got. So I didn't know which one was which, but the exhaust fits pretty tight, and it won't fit on this one at all. So slide that one on, clamp that one, and then we'll take this one, we'll clamp that one, here's our little filter. Well, it's not really a filter, but I take it so mice can't get in there. So we'll slide on my clamp, and maybe that won't fit in there. The other end. Yeah, definitely not gonna fit in that end. That one's into shit. Okay. Can't wait to get this place cleaned up. Of course, it's a quarter. That one's a little messed up. I'm just gonna grab a regular screwdriver. So in the instructions it says you gotta hook up a whole bunch of stuff. Well, I'm gonna take my chances because it doesn't really tell me this model. Okay, got that on there. Got these feet, just snap in there. Go on the red one, they didn't have red. Okay, and this has got to get back out of the way. And this is your exhaust. Well, I got plans for that. I already kind of did originally. So I'm gonna run mine like that, and then run my fresh air. If I remember to tighten that up. Fresh air is supposed to go outside, so is the exhaust. And then the blower just blows, that way you're not trying to make a negative airspace by pulling in air inside and blowing it out and then forcing your air from outside to come in. Okay, so we got that done. Got a little screen on the back. Power supplies here. Just 2 wires. And there's actually a built-in fuse, which is kind of cool. So you just got to hook up positive, negative. As far as big plant, I'm going to run it, but you don't have to. You could just let it naturally flow, but I want to be able to aim mine if I need to without moving the heater. And I'll show you why in a little bit. Okay, a couple bolts. I guess these are for feet. What else we got in this little instruction book here? Looks like we got a remote control. I don't think I knew it would come with a remote control, but not going to complain. What else we got? That's pretty much it. So we're going to get this fired up. It says it needs a battery, so we'll see a battery. So we're not going to worry about the remote right now, because we got a little control screen right here. Okay, yeah, I got some fuel. Alright, I don't have much diesel left, but I'm assuming the fuel comes out that little tube on the bottom. I'm just gonna put a little bit in there. I don't know. There's a little gauge on the side. I don't know, I'd say we're maybe pretty close to quarter. Okay, now we got some power. And just because I know people are going to criticize and say that it's not true, There's my battery. Here's my positive to my negative. Makes it 24. There's my 24 volt. Here's my main positive running to the block. And there's my negative running to the block. So we're gonna hook in there and have straight 24 volt. Alright, so black's my negative. And the black is a negative on this unit because it's protected on the positive side with the fuse. Just let that hang there. It's just temporary because I want to move it. Okay. I don't know any of this does yet. Back to the instructions. Alright, so I'm just going to push the power button. I don't know what that said. Looks like it's got internet. Got I don't really know how to gauge it, but a little bit of air coming out. And there's slightest coming out the exhaust, which I'm going to move that cord before I burn it up. We're getting a little bit of air, but I'm not feeling anything yet. Pipe's still cold. The pump's working, but alright, now I can see it. I don't think there's any, I don't think there's enough fuel getting down to it because that line's pinched right here. So I'm gonna see if I can cut that off. See, good thing I didn't. Stuff's starting to happen. It's starting to get a little warmer. That's starting to get pretty hot. We're starting to smoke a little bit. So this is supposed to draw a bunch of amps to get going, and then once the amps are good, it's supposed to drop down. Getting pretty warm. We're at 23.9 volts. We're not getting anything in right now from outside. My lights are only pulling so much. Kind of goes on and off, so I'll give it a little bit. Oh yeah, we're working good now. It's getting pretty hot. I can't hold my hand on that at all, which is good because when you see what I'm gonna do with it, I think it's gonna work out pretty good. I can't even hold my hand on that, it's so fucking hot. Alright, so we know it works. That's about how loud it is without the muffler. Alright, we're going to shut this down. So, I don't know if it's got a cool down mode or not. But that air is pretty hot. I don't have my temp gun on me, but that's extremely hot. Which I don't really like because it's the fuel line's right there. So that's a little nervous, but not too much. Alright, so I let this thing run about 5 minutes and then it started doing this little talking thing to me. And now it's off. And so it does have a cool down cycle on it. So I'm going to get unhooked and then I'm going to show you the next idea I got. Alright, got my heater. And I got my 55-gallon barrel wood stove. And I made these holes so that I could run a heat exchanger or a pipe, you know, sometime if we ever needed to. Well, my thoughts when I was watching these videos of this exhaust pipe was I got that hole right there. So I think of course, if the fire's out, I think if I hook that exhaust into there, I can make this like a recovery heat exchanger. And I think it'll work, so I'm gonna try it. Alright, first thing we gotta do, we gotta pull that cap out. Had this running earlier, but it's pretty much out. It's not really any fire at all. So now, take this. Which is a little bit too tight. I'm just going to come on the end and let's make a cut. Oh, I still might. We can roll this in just a little bit. Make that fit in there like so. Just like that. So now I just gotta hook up power. Alright, so I just got that jumpered into my 24 volt in. And if you don't watch it on the other video, I took my old S10 fan, made a little blower fan for this wood stove. So we got power. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on and let it do its thing. So then if I wanted to use the stove, all I gotta do is pull this out, stick that cap back in there, and turn it on. So I'm kind of curious to know if this is going to work. So I know if this won't work right off the bat because of the amount of smoke that's inside. When that starts really picking up on the fan, if smoke starts coming out anywhere, then I know there's a potential for the carbon monoxide to come in to the breathing air, which I'd be worried about if it was long term. If it's short term, I'm not worried because that's how the torpedo heater works. I mean, it's a giant flame in the air. You're killing all the oxygen. But so we'll find that out once this takes a little while to kick in. Alright, so right now it says it's about 50 in here. It's not. So smoke. Which, you still see smoke there. Still run on 24 volts. That's nice and warm. Alright, we'll give it a little bit of time, and then the next one you see, it'll be maxed out. It's about 182 degrees, but that's with the temperature just inside. I hold this out, temperature starts coming down, and then hold it back there. Exhaust, pretty hot. Still coming down. On that, so probably about 160. That's pretty good. It kind of smells like burnt rubber for a little bit, but need to run this a little longer. I can put my hand on it right now, but it hasn't been running that long. This is pretty cold, but not bad. Maybe we'll do a 1 month review on it. Alright, so it's about 50. Just hanging here. I filled this up. I'm just gonna let it run. And then I'm gonna come back later, see how warm it is. Alright, so let it run about an hour. And temperature did not change, which is good and bad because it means it's too small. But so I thought, well, I'm gonna start stove, and there you go, we got flame. So the amount of exhaust that's coming out doesn't produce enough carbon monoxide to kill the fire. So actually I should be able to run this and that at the same time and get a little extra heat out of it. We'll give it a shot and see what happens, but it's still nice because it's another source of heat, and it only holds about a gallon. I'm not sure what the fuel consumption rate is on it. I haven't looked into it too much, but it's out here. It's going to run on high all the time because it's 1,200 square feet. But my plan is once this place is kind of warm, I can run it, and I think it'll help a little bit. But that's just kind of my plans. So catch you next time.